How's it going, everyone? Doc here with Eyes Wide Shot Gaming, and today we're going to take a little drive in American Truck Simulator, all the while discussing what's going on in the world of gaming. We will go over statistics of players, current and recurring issues in games, as well as some exasperated emotions on the overall gaming atmosphere. Let's start off with establishing a baseline of what the gaming community represents, both in number and in spirit. With a rough estimate of 3.2 billion gamers worldwide as of 2022, making up about 40% of the world's population, we can see that with a number that big, we will get a wild demographic of people. But for now, I want to cover the pros and cons of sitting down at your console or PC and chopping away at the hours of the day playing whatever it is that lets a smile or frown creep over our faces. For those of us who have work on a daily basis, gaming isn't exactly something we can spend the amount of time we want to on. With the way that the economy is going worldwide, we are all struggling in one way or another with money. May it be making sure you have enough to cover rent and bills this month, or if you can swing buying a better luxury vehicle, just to help you tolerate the traffic that induces constant rage. We all have our issues, but at the end of the day, when we come home, finish with dinner, spend time with our significant other, and put the kids to bed, we can all somewhat rely on the faint glow of our consoles in the dark, or the soft humming of the fans on our PC, to soothe us from what we had to endure throughout our everyday grind. And even as we log on to our respective gaming platform, with the gentle blanket of hope that gets squandered within minutes with either a large update that we have to wait for, problems like lag or frame skipping in game, or even the occasional cheater during our matches. We learn from our mistakes most of the time, but sometimes certain things are just unavoidable. We take a game like Call of Duty, the latest one being Modern Warfare 3. With a budget of something in the range of $300 million, it still fails to truly captivate us the way Call of Duty did perhaps a decade or so ago. Between small problems like being unable to turn crossplay off, to bumping into a player who just doesn't take damage from your bullets, making you start to wonder, is it my gun? Am I shooting the opposing player with Nerf darts? Is he or she cheating, or is it just an issue of latency? Whatever it is, our blanket of hope slides off of our shoulders and opens us up to the scarf of rage. Because just like a scarf gets caught on a branch, choking us in the middle of the street, we get caught up with these thoughts, allowing us to lose that spark we once had as kids, turning on a game and genuinely enjoying it. I grew up in the 90s and early 2000s. Gaming was different back then. If you were lucky enough to own a console in your home, then fantastic. You'd buy a cartridge, blow it clean, cross your fingers and put it in hoping that the game boots up. The alternative being going to an arcade, pocket jingling full of quarters like Santa Claus's bell on Christmas Eve night, hoping you bump into your friends once you get there. The ecstatic feeling of winning, knowing that there wasn't any cheating, there wasn't anything. It's just you and your skills. I may have gotten older, but just like any other kind of addict, I'm chasing the dragon for that feeling I had of excitement to play a game. Today, we have encountered issues that feel like the gaming world is not progressing at the same rate as everything else. Games have increased in price, but majority of them dropped in quality. Call of Duty is just rehashed and reskinned versions of its predecessor, making us remember a time when the new Call of Duty felt, well, exactly that, new. We look for other outlets aside from FPS games and submerge ourselves in the vast ocean of other gaming genres, from MMORPGs all the way to fighting games, all of which tie our hands together with new forms of issues. UI, lag, cheaters, the works. Finally, we think perhaps multiplayer is not the path for us. Maybe we can go and take a gander at single-player games with solid reviews. And even though you run it on a powerful system, there is no lag, there is no problems, you still feel hollow because you know the ending you got was the same ending that everyone else achieved. The difference is time invested. Everyone wants to be the hero of a story, but that hero is a paper tiger if they achieve the same glory countless others have already as well. So what now? Multiplayer games allow us to encounter countless bugs and problems, while single-player games, although they may be cinematic and have fewer complications, don't fill the void we've developed from our earlier years. We continue on our journey and envelop ourselves in the mind-numbing. We keep looking at the store and hope we find something that grasps our attention and divulges the pleasure we seek, but it's not there. So just like the half-empty fridge at night, we lower our standards and check again, but to no avail. As a community, we struggle to come together to force game developers and gaming companies to produce quality games, as opposed to the cash grabs we get year after year. We can make a million posts, videos, and pleas to not put money into pre-ordering. We wish that as a whole we can unite to put an end to the industry abusing us and our wallets with half-baked games that either need more time post-release to make them better, or some form of an update or DLC to let us enjoy what is created. Realistically, the logic is never there. We don't buy a car at the dealership promising us the doors or steering wheel in a month or so. Why should the purchase of a game be any different? We look at certain creators and their amalgamations of random thoughts thrown together to make the money they promised their board members. We look at Ark with their false promises. We look at Mass Effect with their lies. We can look at Anthem with their wasted potential. The list is endless. I may be venting a gripe I have as a whole with the atmosphere of gaming, but at the end of the day, I'm only human, and I will see a game that is coming out a month or 2 or 6 from now, watch early gameplay or the beta, and feel that spark reignite with the hope that this time it will be different. I almost feel like that girl who gets cheated on, and when he apologizes, she takes him back, thinking things will change and it will be better, over and over. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. And although the community can sometimes add salt to your wounds with hurtful words, unfair advantages, or just grieving of some sort, we still come across people who genuinely want to help and make your experience in whatever it is that you are playing better. That's the light at the end of the tunnel. Those people. Regardless of age, gender, race, or anything else, they extend a helping hand and guide you through the difficulties you come across, both in-game and sometimes in real life. The friends you make along the way, and the laughs you share at both successes and failures, is the fire that keeps the industry alive. At some point, I wish that the developers get their act together and release games properly, without the need to make us wait God knows how long for a proper fix of game-breaking bugs or problems that stop us from enjoying the game. I cross my fingers along with any other part of me that I can, and hope things will get better in the future, that no matter how cynical the world may make us, that at the end of the day, it will all get better. As a whole, I can say thank you to the players that have made my experiences with gaming better, and the ones who added to my struggle can go suck rope. Now don't get me wrong, there are companies who want to make the best thing they can. Sometimes it's just a group within the company that have a passion project become a game. Something like Borderlands the franchise, Binding of Isaac, and even upcoming games like The First Descendant. Kudos to those people. I'll leave you with this thought. Forget money, forget time, forget bootlicking because you're loyal to a game or company. Comment down below and tell us the last game you played that you can truly say was good as a whole and held you firmly in it because it was something you genuinely can say is amazing. To those that don't agree with me, prove me wrong. To those that do agree with me, show me why you think I'm right, and then let's work together and help each other find our passion for a game as opposed to spiraling down this hole. Thank you everyone once again for watching. Thank you everyone for listening. And until next time, so long.